We're here with Jeff Jakmides, candidate for Stark County Prosecutor. Fundraiser tonight, but not for political benefit, but for person in the legal profession, Public Defender's Office, Chris Powell. Child has cancer, and Jeff is funding his own campaign. As he pointed out in his comments, Donald Trump used to be funding his own campaign. Now only Jeff Jakmides is left. Also in your remarks, you talked about, that if you win, it'll be an upset. You want to elaborate further on that?
I think that, the incumbent always has an advantage. What is disturbing is that he tells his employees they're all going to be fired if they don't give money, if they don't campaign for him, if they don't convince their relatives to vote, because they'll all lose their jobs. I think that is absolutely despicable of Mr. Ferraro to do that, and it's a disgrace. And that's why it's important to take the politics out of the Stark County Prosecutor's Office and make those people realize, and anybody that would work for me, that you don't work for a politician or a political figure. You work for the taxpayers of Stark County, and if you do your job, the taxpayers of Stark County will appreciate the job you do, regardless of your political affiliation. I am going to try like hell to win this race, Martin, and we'll see. But if I do lose, and I don't think I will, and I think I will win, it'll be because I put more effort into it, but more importantly, because I'm not a double dipper. I'm not trying to wring every last dollar out of the taxpayers like Mr. Ferraro is by announcing he's going to retire, and because I'll actually work for the taxpayers' money that they pay by being in the courtroom and trying cases, something he's never done.
Well, now this is a rematch with John Ferraro.
Yes.
You ran against him in 2004.
Yes.
I think there was about a 15 percentage point spread
Yes.
between the two. What are you going to do differently this time to get a different result?
Well, I think that this time I'm going to be a little more sophisticated in my message. What we decided to do, my group of advisors, is to find out what is most important to the public and then frame our message around that. And what we have found out is the chief concern of the public when it comes to law enforcement is the heroin problem. And Mr. Ferraro, as you know, Martin, you were there at the debate, he conceded that I was better equipped to deal with that issue than he is. So I think that it's streamlining the message. I think the hardest part is going to make people understand about how this direct indictment program can save money, just like it has in Summit and Cuyahoga and Portage and all the other counties around us that do it have saved millions of dollars. Here we are still talking about it 13 years later when everybody else has been doing it for 10 or 12 years. That's a disgrace. So I think that saving the taxpayers' money is the message, and I can prove how it can be done. Trying cases in the courtroom and doing a caseload, and then essentially making heroin my job to fight that, the job of the county prosecutor.
In your comments tonight, you seem to embrace Donald Trump. A lot of Republicans are not embracing him, but you got very specific.
Yes.
And tied it to the heroin problem.
Yes.
Said that most of the heroin comes into Mexico, and
no question about
the wall could help. Are you generally a Trump guy, or is it just on particular issues?
Martin, the way I look at it is what candidate is going to best help Stark County, and border security will stop heroin. There's no question about it. I don't know if a wall's the answer, but border security is. And Martin, you simply won't find a Border Patrol agent that is not going to vote for Donald Trump because they see the problem every day. And to me, it's what's going to be best for Stark County, and stopping the flow of heroin and methamphetamine from Mexico comes through Mexico and works its way up here. The candidate that can do the best job of doing that has got my vote, because that affects us here. That affects us right here.
What kind of support are you getting from Democrats?
I don't know. Frankly, most of my family are Democrats, my wife's family, and I feel like I'm getting good support from them. I've gotten a lot of, frankly, this double dip thing that Ferraro's going to do, I think has offended a lot of people. Also, as you know, there's a big schism in the Democratic Party. There's the The sheriff and John Ferraro don't speak. The clerk of court in Maslin and Mr. Ferraro don't have a relationship. There's some real problems between them, and that kind of political infighting is bad for Starr County. It's bad for the administration of criminal justice. I mean, how can we have a situation where the sheriff of Starr County and the prosecutor of Starr County are political enemies when they're the same political party? I'm not part of that, Martin. So I do expect to get some support from some Democrats. I've been flattered to be invited to several of their events, and they've invited me, I think, on purpose to let it be known that I'm invited by them. So I've been flattered by that, and I think that I'm getting a surprising amount just because of this. Part of this is because there's political infighting between the two of them. And I will tell you, Martin, I think there's a lot of Democrats that are going to vote for Donald Trump.
The infighting with the Democrats, the invitations coming from the Meyer faction?
Yes.
Okay. So you're convinced that they're not of a mind to be supporting John Ferraro?
I am certainly convinced of that. I've been told that point blank.
Okay, thank you, Jeff
Always
Jakmides,
good to see
for
you,
being with us tonight.
And thank you for what you do to keep the voters of Starr County enlightened.